أكبر الله أكبر.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In our previous class, we looked at the difference between the ya and the alif, and the kasra and the fatha. We want to review this quickly as we took our time yesterday explaining this issue, which is very important. The fatha or the alif, there's no difference whether I say that or that. There's no difference. Because a fatha huwa alifun qasira. It's a small alif. The fatha is by opening up your mouth and opening up your tongue. Like so. The tongue and the mouth is on its natural disposition. The tongue is on its natural disposition. You don't move it up. You don't move it back. You don't raise it up. You don't point it down. As for the ya, then the ya is by irtifa wasat lisan, raised in the middle of your tongue, وانخفاض طرفه, and lowering the tip of your tongue. Lowering the tip of the tongue. فلذلك the kasra this is a sukoon. Kasra is also called khafd. Khafd, yankhafid means to lower, meaning the tip of the tongue or the jaw of the mouth is lowered. The tip of the tongue is lowered. What are the changes or the differences between the two? What are the differences between the alif and the ya? We drew these teeth here. No. I'm sorry, I'm gonna try it now. One second, you all following. Let's see that Isa come here and press this. The kasra and the ya is by raising the middle of the tongue and by lowering the tip of the tongue. Hold on. Nothing? All right. I'm trying to turn on the screen, but nothing came. Okay. 1 second. So yeah, look at the teeth here. We mentioned this yesterday. These are the teeth. This is the wisdom tooth here. It's the wisdom tooth. These here, all of these here are the molar teeth. These are the molar on both sides. The tongue and the ya we mentioned first of all in the aleph, the tongue is here on the sides of the teeth. When you say a, wa ba, wa ta, the tongue is on the sides of the teeth. You all here in the masjid don't feel as if you're missing out on anything. These classes explain without this diagram, just by explaining. When you say a, wa ba, wa ta, the tongue, the bulbs are the sides of the tongue on the inside of the molar teeth, and they move along with the molar teeth. A, wa sa, wa ba. Okay, when you pronounce the ya, you have these molar teeth here. It's the wisdom tooth. And you have these molar teeth. The tongue comes up by itself on top of the molar teeth. The tongue itself comes up on top of the molar teeth. B, wasi, waji. We explained yesterday that it's very, very important that the reader lowers the tip of his tongue. These are your two front teeth. This is your tongue and the aleph. The aleph comes straight there. A, wa, ba, wa, ta. The tip of the tongue is right at the tip of the bottom teeth. Now, even with it. Even with it. When you recite the kasra, this is the front teeth, and this is the bottom teeth. The tongue is going to come up and it's going to go down there. Down there. To the bottom of the front teeth. To the bottom of the front teeth. If the reader does not lower the front of his teeth, the front of his tongue, if the reader does not lower the tip of his tongue, then the kasra is incomplete. So instead of saying wa rasuli, he says wa rasule le. Instead of saying ihdina, he says ihdina. Instead of saying as-siratal, he says as-sirata, as-siratal mustaqim. Say. This is because he's raising up the middle of his tongue. But we're not going to be satisfied with just raising up the middle of the tongue, because raising up the middle of the tongue, it changes the sound, means sa to say. But if you want sa to see, then you have to raise up the middle of your tongue as well as lower the tip of your tongue. So don't fool yourself or be fooled by just the changing of the sound from ulaika. That's what's correct. Ulaika. Don't say ulaika, eka. Wa malaika, malaika, na malaika. The changing of the sound from ba to be, that's just from raising the middle of your tongue. But if you want B, well, that's raising the middle of your tongue as well as khafd, descending the tip of your tongue. This is very important. We want to look at a couple of words. You all are reading back after me. B, ba, we, we don't necessarily want to listen to the sound. We want to taste the difference. We want to realize the difference in the mouth. Look how the tongue is on the side of your bottom molar teeth when you say ba. Ba. B. You have to raise up the middle of your tongue and lower the tip of your tongue. B. You all are after me. Sa, si. Sa, si. Don't necessarily listen to the sound. I want you to taste. I want you to see what's going on in your mouth. So when you're told to correct your kesra or to correct the ya, you know what the action you have to do. When you're told to correct your aleph or correct your ya or your kesra or your fatha, don't try to chase a sound. Go after an action. Correct it by the correct action. Put your tongue in its correct position. Make your mouth in its correct position. It's not like you hear action or you hear a sound, rather you hear a sound and you fulfill it by any means necessary. No, that's not Tajweed. That's not Quran. Recitation is the result of correct movements of the mouth. If the movement is correct, the recitation came out correct. It's that simple. You all are after me. La, li. La. Li. Raise up the middle of your tongue. Li. From the things that we mentioned is that this is the mouth. There is no in this ibtisama that the side of the cheeks open this way and the side of the cheeks open that way, side of the mouth. That's not connected to the kasra or the ya. The issue of the kasra and the ya is connected to the tongue, not the cheeks. But if this occurs incidentally, then we're not going to make a big deal about it. But if somebody intentionally is going see ye and he's moving this back, then that's not it. The issue is, as I'm reading, ba be, it has nothing to do with the corner of your mouth here. Ba be sa si si si. It has to do with lowering that bottom jaw and lowering your tongue and raising the middle of your tongue. That's the issue. Yep. You all are after me. Fa, fi, fa, fi, fa, fi, fi. I don't want you all necessarily to listen to the sound, but rather I want you to feel the difference in your mouth when you're pronouncing the aleph and when you're pronouncing the ya. What is the difference in the action? So that when you recite the ya, you know that you're doing it right based on feelings. Now I'm based on feelings. Sha, she, sha, she. This sheen here has nothing to do with the lips. Don't go sha, sha, and move your lips. The sheen is from the middle of the tongue. Sha, she. Sha, she. Tayyib. If we finish that, we want to look at another set of words. Today we're going, you all write these, oh, you brothers don't see these words here. All right, can the people online, you all write these words down. Tayyib. The examples of this are countless. It's not limited to these examples that are right. It's just that our board is small. You all are after me. Rahim. You all are held accountable for this fatha. Don't say ra. Say ra. Rahim. Hakim. I want to hear the fatha jaden. Ha. Hakim. Alim. Make the mud long when you're studying this, and these are exercises. When you do these exercises, to taste it correctly, to feel it correctly. Naam. Mateen. Mateen. Wakil. Now, we don't want to say wakil, care, like key. They say wakil. No. I say yeah. It's a yeah. We're going to move on to the second kind of words after this. These words, barakallahu fiqh, we're going to read it on two patterns. This needs to be made a book, and inshallah we will make it a book. But right now, I have taught this in Yemen several times, but I haven't made it a book. Anybody who makes a book is hesitant when writing a book. They say when you make a book, you put your intellect on a plate for the world to see it. And you expose yourself. You see somebody look at you, this is what he wrote? That's how you explain this? So you put your intellect out there for the world to see. So it has to be together. There's no rush jobs. Nah, that's what the ulama say. When you write a book, you put your intellect on a plate for everybody see your level of knowledge. So it has to be together. It has to be together. So out of lack of not rushing, I didn't put it, but we wanted to try to make, after we finish this class, to make it a book. These words, we're going to read it on two patterns. I will explain first. We're going to say ثقيلا ثقيلا. Naam. When we say ثقيلا, ثقي and the la is going to be the same time. Therefore, in this exercise, we have three benefits. The first one is opening your mouth for the fatha. The second one is making the movement for the kasra, which is raising the middle of your tongue and lowering the tip of your tongue. The third benefit is azminatul huruf, that the time of the letters are equal. So when you read it with the tanween, thaqilan, tha, walan, has the same time limit. You all after me. Thaqilan. Don't say thaqil, huwa tha, thaqilan, thaqilan. Don't say. Some of you are saying thaqilun, lun, and you're not purposely opening up your mouth and saying lan, lan, lan. And this is how you check the time. You make sure that the time is one complete haraka by opening your mouth. Come on, you say tha, you say la. Thaqilan. There's no other way. There is no other way. You have to say lan, meaning you have to open your mouth. So we want to do this until it becomes what? Habitual. We want to read this fatha and fatha until the teacher doesn't have to say, open your mouth on the lamb, open your mouth on the fatha, the fatha. Nah. Thaqilan, thaqila, asilan, asila, kabiran. افتح, open your mouth on this raw. كبيرا, كبيرا. Make B wa ra the same exact length as far as time. Kabira. Eftah in the calf. We'll open up the calf. Kabira. That's different. That's when somebody's saying Kabira, Kabir, Kor, and his voice is nice and pretty. That's not the issue. You have to open and say Kabi, B, Kabir, beer. It's not beer, it's B. So we want to take that nice voice, we're going to put that on the side right now. We want the correct articulation of the letters of huruf of madiyah, the letters of elongation. So if you do the correct action, the correct work, it's going to come out correct. Kabiran, kabira, hariran, harira, aliman, alima. Okay, we're going to go on to another set of words after this. There's about two more, then we'll be finished. Barakallahu fikum. Take these two first. Tabdilan, tabdilan. Lam, open up in that lam. Tabdilan, tabdila, tabdila. Understand this thing, and I'm sure you all understand. When you read this ta here and it's lan here with the tanween, you make both of these the same length. Taba, lan, tabadilan, tabadilan. Then when you read this lam as a mud, you're going to make di wala the same exact length. Tabadila. Type. Tabi, y'all are doing good. Don't say tabadilo, lo, huwa, la. The tongue is flat in your mouth. Tabadila. Tadlilan. Tadlilan. So when I want you to visualize this, that this tad and also lan is fatha sukun. Tad. Lan is fatha sukun. It's the same length of time. Tadlilan. Tadlilan. Tadlila. Tadlila. These are our last words here, and we will call that our lesson for today. Tomorrow, when we resume on Yom Ahad with Allah's permission, we will look at some more of the Fatah and Kasra together, and the Ya and the Aleph on several words. I'm sorry, hold on 1 second. Tired. Tired. These are words from the Quran. So you all who can't see this, you all try to follow along. Zanjabilan. When you say zan, it's like lan. Zanjabilan. افتح, open your mouth on the ja. Zanjabilan. Zanjabila. Zanjabilan. Zanjabila. Zamhariran. 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 Zamharira. Zamharira. Qawariran. This is qa. Qawariran. Qawa. Qawariran. Qawarira. This exercise, I don't want you all necessarily to look at the sound, the sound, the sound. I want amal, I want action, I want the correct work that needs to be done. Nah, this is our class for today. Inshallah, you all, we did a lot this week. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us in our actions. We're going to stop at this point. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. I'm looking and I don't see any questions. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.